Hello!
Hey guys! Just gonna wait for a few more people to join. So, hi, I'm Elizabeth. I'm Madison.
I'm Caleb.
And we are a part of the US Club 1040 office. And all today and all this month of August, we have been commemorating the August 4th Beirut blast that happened exactly 1 year ago. So we have been going over all the details, getting an inside look into it, and we are so excited to be sharing some information with you guys.
Yeah, it's really I wouldn't say exciting day, but it's a day for us to stop and remember exactly what happened a year ago today in Beirut. Just a little recap for you guys. In case you didn't get to see any of our previous videos that we did this morning with Matt and Julie Beamer, Matt and Julie Hadaba, and Rothby, and all that good stuff, I would really suggest for you guys to hop back on our Club 1040 Facebook and to see and watch those videos so you can get a little bit more information as well. But for anybody that doesn't know, I'm going to give you a quick little recap right now of what happened a year ago in Lebanon. So exactly 1 year ago today in Beirut, Lebanon, it experienced the largest, or one of the largest, non-atomic bombs in history. The equivalent was about like 1,500 tons of TNT, which is also equivalent to about a fifth of the atomic bomb that happened in Hiroshima. So this blast really was devastating. It caused over 200 deaths, 6,000 people to be critically injured, over $15 billion in property damage, which in turn caused over 300,000 people to be displaced from homes and or become homeless.
One of our local Lebanese pastors sent out today in his church newsletter, we have what he sent out, and it said, "You may have heard a lot about the explosion, but the effects it's had on all of us may be unknown to you. Here are some of them. There is still no functioning government. They haven't had a functioning government for a year now. There is no centralized bank, and because of that, all of the Lebanese people have lost their wealth and their savings. Lebanese salary values have gone down 90%. They're experiencing the worst inflation that they've ever seen in 150 years. And because there's no centralized bank and no cash in the banks, they're having trouble importing things like petrol, gas, machines, medicine, things like that." Yeah. So I was just there in June and actually got to see some of the effects of it firsthand. And I mean, even just getting gas for your car for your daily commute, people are going from point A to point B, but still there's literal lines for miles and miles. There's also the power keeps going out, people are on generators. If you saw the live this morning with my mom, the power actually shut out during it. So you got to see a couple times. Yeah, a couple times. So also those are on the Facebook page, CLUB1040, if you want to go back and rewatch those. But it's really devastating because over 80% of the Lebanese people have dropped below the poverty line.
Yeah, it really is. It really is quite devastating. Kind of like Elizabeth, I got to go just here a couple weeks ago. I spent about 4 weeks in Lebanon, and I got to see a lot of in person, and I got to talk to a lot of people that were affected by this blast. Like Elizabeth, like Madison was saying, how the salaries have dropped so dramatically. I actually got to talk to one individual, and he opened up and shared that his monthly salary before the blast, before this past year, before everything, it was roughly $1,500 a month. And he said this last month that his salary was $60. That is how much that the salaries have been cut for the Lebanese people, and it's just they can't live off that. It's been devastating for them. But like I said, I was able to go to Lebanon and see firsthand how Club 1040 and how this Love Lebanon campaign was able to help the people in Lebanon. Like I said, this Love Lebanon campaign, a year ago when this blast happened, I was sitting here actually in this office working on the computer over there. And then out of nowhere, we start getting calls, we start getting messages, we get WhatsApps like, is everybody okay? Is Matt and Julie okay? What's going on? What's happening? We're sitting here have no idea what's going on. And then as more messages come in and as we see videos and the news feeds and all that stuff, we realize what actually happened there in Beirut, and it was absolutely devastating. So we dropped all daily office procedures, everything we were normally doing, we stopped and we pivoted to create this Love Lebanon campaign. In just a little over 2 days, we had this campaign up and running and live and sent out to you guys, to the public, to help bring in support for the victims of this blast. You guys raised, with this Love Lebanon campaign, over $200,000 to go into support, to send overseas, to help those that are displaced. That is absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
So I wanted to give you guys just a couple of statistics that we've been able to gather to share with you guys on what exactly you have been able to accomplish this past year. So with that money that you've raised with this Love Lebanon campaign, you've been able to help 8 churches rebuild, 7 businesses were repaired, 60 plus homes were repaired, 25,000 plus hot meals were given to displaced people, 2,000 plus aid boxes providing 2 months of supplies, 4 months of medical supplies were given to 90 families, and we were also able to send pastors on a type of break for them to recharge physically and recharge spiritually in the middle of this blast, because they were affected just as much as everybody else, but they're also having to pour into their congregation, pour into the community, and it was taking a toll. So to be able to give those pastors a break so that they can recharge spiritually and physically was absolutely amazing.
That is amazing, crazy. So really quick, I also want to say, if you guys are tuning in, we want to get to interact with you guys. We want to see where you're tuning in from. Say your name, say where you're from, and then if you have any questions about this, we would love to answer them at the end of this.
Yeah.
But looking forward, I mean, there's been so many amazing things accomplished. We are so thankful, so thankful. I know Caleb, in one of his videos, he was just like, everybody in Lebanon keeps saying thank you to you guys, and that's what we want to say, is just another huge thank you, because so many amazing things have happened. But looking forward, one of our mission houses in Lebanon, just an overwhelming response to what is going on there on the ground, and because of that, fortunate and kind of unfortunate, we've actually outgrown our space, which is a good problem to have, I would say.
Absolutely.
So some of the things that we are doing there is we're having youth outreaches, church, Go Church Beirut, just like amazing things like that. And this is on a really prominent part of like Beirut, in the heart of Lebanon. It's on a great street. There's so many rules and regulations in Lebanon, and because we're in a specific building, we've acquired a really good relationship with the landlord. And so buildings that would have religious, rules and regulations, other places, we actually have been able to avoid, which is super amazing. So staying in this building, when the blast happened, like nothing was touched in the mission house, which is crazy. I think like one pane of glass or something where the hadabahs was affected, which is just amazing. We're so thankful. But the floor directly below them was completely devastated. Everything was wiped out. And the landlord, because we've been able to build such a great relationship with him, he has actually offered us to be able to go in, renovate the space, and let me get the stats for you guys. Let's see. He's offering 3 years of free rent, which is saving over $25,000. And we're going to go in and repair the space, get that ready to go, and expand the reach that we can have in Lebanon, which is really amazing. So our goal is 57,000, and we're currently at 35,000 of that, which is just unbelievable. And I'm so excited to get to see all of the things that happened because we're able to increase the space in Lebanon.
Yeah, it is absolutely incredible. If that's a project that you feel in your heart that you're called to help us raise that last little bit of support that we need, you could text HQLEB to 71777, or you can also go to our website. That's right here. Our website is CLUB1040.com. Find your way over to our projects page, and you can find that there as well. Another great project that you'll see on that projects page is one that we are taking on right now called the Farsi Book Project. So not a lot of people know this, but more than 110 million people in the world speak Farsi, and of that 110 million, 83 million live in Iran. And I know that Iran makes a lot of news here in America, for American security and whatnot. But also a lot of people don't know that thousands of those Iranians are coming to Jesus. And these new believers, they need this word base and this scripture feeding, life-giving, books and studies and this kind of stuff for them to continue to grow in their relationship with Christ. So you can be God's mean for reshaping the Middle Eastern countries, and making sure that these Iranian pastors and these Iranian new believers get this material that they need to continue to grow in their faith. If this is something else that you'd like to give to, you can text Farsi, that's Farsi, to 71777, or like I said, head over to our website and check out that projects page.
That's awesome. As Caleb and Elizabeth just said, we have a lot of different projects that you can give to through our Club 1040 website. Another thing that you can do that's really important to us is connecting with us as a whole for our organization. We would love to have anyone that's watching or anybody that watches after to become a monthly partner and a partnership with us in our mission. Our mission not only to translate books, but to increase our headquarters in Lebanon and to do things all over the 1040 window. So we're going to be featuring some of our projects throughout the next week. So you can give to the projects, or you can also become a monthly partner. And the way that you do that is you can text Club 1040 to 71777 and join us to be in partnership. To be in partnership with us. We would love to have you be a partner with us monetarily. But one thing that we'll always take, and we'd always love for you to be a partner with us is in prayer. Yeah. We need as many prayers as we can get, and we would just love for you to partner with us to pray for the people of Lebanon, our team members in our organization, all of the unreached people groups in the 1040 window. We think that's of the utmost importance, so we'd love to have you join us in that. So
right.
Yeah. So again, we just want to say thank you so much. And is there any questions? Let's see.
Let's look.
Oh, Rafi is on.
Hello, Rafi.
We love Rafi. If you missed his interview this morning, we got to go through, and he told his story of where he was on the day. You know, being from Lebanon and actually being on the ground there. It's a completely different outlook that, like, us as people living in America just don't get. And he showed the real impact of someone from Lebanon and what he got to experience, which is amazing.
Elizabeth, or Madison, can you read that next question for us?
The next question from Dan talks about how the local youth outreaches are adjusting to being taught Christianity instead of Islam.
Yeah, so I got a chance whenever I was in Lebanon these past couple weeks to go to the Syrian refugee camps, and that was absolutely amazing. It's right on the border of Syria. They come across and they set up camps where they stay and whatnot, and it was just an incredible experience to be able to go in. And we went in with some materials like books and some children's books for the kids and whatnot, and it was just so great to be able to see the families and the kids' eyes light up as soon as they receive these life-giving materials. They don't get a whole lot of new things, or even just people going in and showing love to them. So being able to go in and first off just show love to them, be able to give them these scriptural based and these word-based life-giving materials was absolutely incredible. So great.
It's awesome. Well, I don't see any other comments. If you guys have any questions, you can contact us, like I said, at our website. You can send us an email from there. You can reach us on any of our social media pages. They're all scrolling below. We'd love to connect with you. We'd love to talk to you and tell you more about the Love Lebanon campaign, what's going on in Lebanon. We just love to talk with you and be with you. So if anybody has any questions, you can comment down below, and after this broadcast, we'll comment back and answer any questions you have. But we're so grateful that you all got to tune in and join us to talk about your Lebanon impact 1 year later. And we're really grateful for all of the support that you've given us. So
absolutely.
Thank you all. Have
right.
a good evening.